You couldn't get Joe Frazier no box on his show and get an interesting subject like this.
That's
Nothing
true.
to talk about. How do you feel, champ? I hate to run for Now, all of a sudden, the man tells me, say, come on down, I'll leave out of the galley. I want you to come up here and have something to drink. What do you want? And giving me number one spot, from the galley to the number one spot. I said, this ship must be sinking. Why is he so nice to me now? People like Tom Jones. He's in that rank, and Elvis Presley. I'm not nothing like that.
Well, whether you want it or not, you are. I mean, people for years have been saying you're one of the most attractive men in the world.
I know it. I was just... Try to stay halfway decent looking, because boxing's a rough sport. And you get hit a lot. And right after the fights, I run right to the dressing room, run right to the mirror, and I'll check and make sure I'm still, presentable. It's a rough sport being pounded on all the time. A lot of people's features change. Mainly when I fight them.
You get people coming up to you wanting to take a swing at you.
Swing at me?
Yeah.
Repeat that question. What did you say? Do I do what?
You know, you hear stories of some champions who say one of the problems is that every guy thinks he can fight you, wants to take you on, and he's going to prove it someday in a bar, you know. Have you ever had that at all? Never had anybody daft enough?
Oh, if a man dreamed, if he even dreamed to be, he better wake up and apologize. Gamble and bet money on the rounds I say.
On the prediction?
And they said, if you don't get him in round 7, I'll lose my house, I'll lose my car. And I said, what? I said, did you really believe that I meant that? I said, yeah, I want to believe it. That worries me.
Yeah. What about the...
I don't worry about nobody being that good to really hurt me, see.
What about the other thing, though?
Somebody say, shh, if you don't believe it, come down here and try it.
What about the other thing that's could...
He can whoop him. My man can whoop your man. All right, y'all get in there and fight. Humans should have more sense than that. And you sitting out there dressed up, drinking your beer, and and they just fight and and they just get. And this is serious. The nose is bleeding, the eyes cut, the teeth is out, and the brain. They might have a concussion. You have a good man in this city named Joe Bugner. I want to give him a shot at it. I do. I want to give Joe Bugner. I mean, if he's crazy enough, I'll give him a chance. Frazier's still rising, but the referee wears a frown, for he can't start counting until Frazier comes down. Now Frazier disappears from view. The crowd is getting frantic, but our radar stations have picked him up. He's somewhere over the Atlantic. Who would have thought when they came to the fight that they would have witnessed the launching of a colored satellite? I asked how much money was I getting, for taking up all my time. I used to get a little paid for this. And they said, your budget's kind of low and you don't pay too much. So I wrote a poem, and I'm going to close with this. I love your show, and I like your style. But your pay is so cheap, I won't be back for a while.